me classic, I may add it. Hey, did you see that in the Canucks and Oilers game last night, the Edmonton coach got a 2-minute penalty and then a 10-minute game misconduct? I know it's probably not the first time it's ever happened. Hey, by the way, me is plushy. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I'm sure it's not the first time that it's ever happened, but it's the first time I've ever seen it in a game where the referee had to announce, he didn't even say his name. It said 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct to Edmonton coach and a game misconduct. Eat this Wemby. Okay, I'm looking at classic. Let me see, classic. All right, I would add that. I'll update my emote sets and add that to channel. What is up with the duck smoking the cigarette? Like, I know that that's classic, but I don't know what it is. It's classic? I get that the duck is going classic, but like, what's its origin story? It's like, you know, I know what a hot dog is. What's more interesting to me is how did a hot dog come to be the most popular sausage on a bun in North America? How did that happen?
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
Okay, don't bet on yes for the first run of the day. It's a very important rule in these parts. Do me a two-piece. See, we don't sweat that. One night of sleep, that one's locked in. I can explain it, but it would be like dissecting a frog. What, something you do in school to teach you about science? That seems like that would be valuable, bro. Hey, hey! You're so lucky you own me. Otherwise, you'd be toast right now. I own him. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot. Oh, you know what I was thinking? The older I get, the more grossed out I get by animals. They're bugs, like almost exclusively. Spoilers. Like, I was raking leaves, okay? I picked up a pile of leaves. Thankfully, I had some gardening gloves on. I picked up a pile of leaves, moved it into the organics trash can. I own you, by the way. And, like, 8 enormous worms fell onto the stone and then just started, like, freaking out. They started, like, going, like, get away, get away! And I was like, it's disgusting, bro. It's just like a little tube of goo. I wasn't anti-worm necessarily. I'm just like, you are kind of gross. Like, get out of my house. I do also want to say, before you assume that I'm out there, like, killing bugs for sport, on another pile of leaves, I swear to you this is true. It's almost, it's embarrassing that it's true. A bug fell out of the leaves as I was cleaning them. And I don't know what kind of bug it was. I'm just going to be real with you. But it fell onto its back, and it couldn't get up. It was wriggling around. We were so close, too. He was, like, on his back, kicking his legs up, like, and then, like, getting close, but then, like, not getting, and then, So I picked him up, like, I held out my finger so he could use his bug, like, stickiness to get onto my finger, and then I lifted him up to, like, a safe location and let him get away. I'm a sensitive soul. It's very hypocritical, but you know what? Man is a hypocritical being. I eat meats, participate in capitalism, obviously creates some good in the world and also a lot of ill. But if I see a little bug on the floor and it's going like, help me, I think I watched too many Disney movies as a kid to not help that bug, even if it doesn't make sense. Now, I will say, if it was a mosquito, he's toast. If it's a worm, I'm not gonna kill a worm because that would mean I have to touch a worm, which is disgusting. Which is funny to think because I definitely like dissected a worm in high school and then like weirder stuff in college. Don't! That was my chance, bro! I don't really like worms. It's kind of in that jellyfish area for me of like why are you doing stuff when you don't have a brain? Also, worms don't follow what I consider to be the natural laws of the universe. If you get cut in half, you should die. You shouldn't become two. Sorry. You're gonna cancel me for saying it, but it's true. Did you see that hammerhead worm that is like becoming an invasive species in the US? And probably soon up here? It's like, even if you cut the hammerhead worm into 10 pieces, it will just become 10 worms. The only way to kill it is to put it in a jar of salt and leave it there for 10 days until it becomes goo. And it's one of the grossest animals you'll ever see. It looks like it's like a 10-inch long worm that has a hammerhead shark style head. This is not an earthworm type organism. And it's immortal, apparently. I guess you could probably just torch it too, but I'm just going with what I saw on Twitter, okay? That's got to be your freebie. I'm a little embarrassed we didn't perfect parry at all. I'm learning something about this guy. One thing, you don't try to attack in between the attacks on him. You wait till the end of his combo, you get the easiest punish of all time. I can't watch for the next 2 hours. Please don't beat the game. The El Guiga, you already know, it's the modern Peloton philosophy. I don't know whether I'm going to beat it. I don't know whether I'm going to not beat it. All I can promise you is we'll be talking the whole time. We've earned it. Give yourself hey, you haven't earned it. Or most of the time. Occasionally you do need to focus. That was an embarrassment. I didn't deserve it. Turns out I was right. Love me or hate me, you watched. Classic. Pete Weber. That is classic right there. Goat line. One of the best videos of all time. It's crazy how Pete Weber must be 10 times more famous than the next most famous bowler of all time. Simply because he has the most iconic crossover viral hit in bowling history. And then also a second viral video that's almost as good as the first. The only reason it's not as good as the first is because the first one is one of the best videos in sports history. Like, I would say 98% of the population could name non-professional bowlers. The 2% that can name more than none, at least 80% of them are going, oh, that guy from the video, what's his name? Pete Weber. I can't believe I remembered that. Get smoked. Name the best WNBA player. Sue Storm. From the Fantastic Four? No, from the frickin' Seattle Supersonics. Her last name's not Storm. Oh no. That's how I always remembered it, because I was like, oh, it's easy to remember. It's like the Fantastic Four. I know you guys probably don't even know who won the WNBA championship this year. I do. It's the Las Vegas Aces, bro. I should have gone for the punish there. I didn't know you were so weak though. She plays on the Storm. Oh. Sue is on the Storm. That's how I'm gonna remember it from now on. Sue is on the Storm. She's probably good at free throws. She's probably good at three-pointers. Sue is on the Storm. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. She's not, though. She was, though. Breaking news, she has left her contract with the Storm. Look, I know a lot about women's sports. Okay, best soccer player, easy. Mia Hamm. It's not even close. Best tennis player, I gotta say Maria Sharapova. The joke is that all my knowledge is out of date. I've realized you can't make an astute joke about sports to chat because they won't understand the premise. They don't understand that Mia Hamm is a 20-year-old reference to women's soccer. So now they're offended on Serena Williams' behalf. They were like, he's right, Mia Hamm is the best women's soccer player, even though she hasn't played in a competitive football match in 22 years. Okay, you got me. So I'm not asking you to get the joke. I'm just asking you not to get mad. Maria's younger than Serena? Yeah, but Maria peaked and then got kicked out of tennis forever. Maria was #1 on the WTA tour. You can look it up. Serena was probably like #4. And then she won 22 Grand Slams after that. A Grand Slam is all 4. She won 22 majors. Or is it a Grand Slam if you just win one? I don't know. The 4 are each Grand Slams. And then if you get them all, it's called a Moons Over My Hammy, right? You got it. I went to middle school with Venus and Serena Williams. If that was me, I would be making up shit nonstop. I would be like, you know, I actually told them to start playing tennis. Just easily verifiable lies. They actually wanted to go out for cross country, and I said, hey, why don't you try tennis? They said, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if we would be any good at tennis. I said, hey, you never know until you try. And the rest is history.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
I really thought I had that one. Phase 2 of this fight, I don't know if anybody else that's done this is in the same boat. My finger is getting tired from mashing L1. This is probably I shouldn't be mashing, but it do be working occasionally. Kid named Mash. Makes me laugh every time, man. Get blued, bro! Wow, it's crazy how much I own you. I regret saying that now. It's a big moment for society. I really should get the second quartz, because I feel like if I had the second grindstone, like our optics would be so much better for actually killing this guy. We accept that. Because otherwise, I have to get like 6 armor breaks. I'm just gonna level with you. If we can get there, it's gonna take us longer than I'd like. That's tough. That's tough. You've done the game so suboptimally, it's honestly impressive you've kept going. Gamers, when they encounter someone who has the slightest bit of intestinal fortitude.
You can become a real
I'm used to quitting things after I fail them once, but it's honestly inspiring to see what you've been able to do here. I meant it as a compliment. I meant it's amazing how well you're doing considering how stupid you are. How is that not a compliment, bro?
I know God.
Silence.
Troublesome puppet.
I'm telling the nameless puppet to be quiet. You can keep talking. It's important as a streamer to have stuff to riff on.
Freedom is not for you, but for Carl.
I appreciate that. Why do people keep saying I love quitting? It's like crack to me. Is that like something you say when you post the emote classic? You gotta remember, I don't see a lot of streams. The only way I keep up with that side of culture is when it filters to Chibli and then Chibli filters it to me.
I'll turn you into a real human.
It's like quack to me. You owe me $3. My daughter's kind of moved on from that one. Sorry, I forgot how to speak English. I'm glad chat's keeping it alive. It's one of my favorite jokes.
Grand Covenant like the other puppets. The Carlos memories within you.
No! There we go. Why don't you just talk it out with this guy? I feel like this guy doesn't have any autonomy. If he did, we could definitely talk it out. Because as we know, P is the Rizzler. But I feel like he's what Geppetto wanted me to be. Just a tool for his devious, nefarious ways. You know, by the way, Kate told me, she was like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that would make your life easier. Did you know there's a grindstone that makes it so every guard is a perfect parry? That's actually, when she told me that, it blew my mind. She was like, yeah, I didn't have that much trouble against like Zazia, because whenever she got to phase 2, you literally just start the fight by holding LB, and as a result, all the projectiles automatically bounce back into her, and then the instant zap that she does on you also gets perfect parried. Then you attack her 2 times, she gets staggered, then you drop an ult on her, and she gets, like, armor broken, and then you break her armor and kill her. And I was like, what? Holy, man.
How dare you?
I didn't know that kind of technology existed. I didn't even use my grindstone this time. Just hang on, buddy. I forgot about this. I'm stunned I'm alive. It's not good. You see my dude just go, Please get some blue debuff. Bad. Blue debuff, please. Focused a little too much on the debuff, I think. If you had 24 hours to eat 25 calories of food to win $1 billion, would you do it? Would I eat 10 days worth of food in a day for $1 billion? Let me think about it. That's tough. I don't know.
You can become a real human.
That's hard.
Come to me, my son.
It used to be, okay? The Gen X scheme to get yourself out of the rat race was like you'd come up with some kind of sick idea. You'd be like, whoa, what about like a seatbelt that auto buckles? And then you'd like walk into General Motors and be like, are you guys ready for this one? And they'd be like, oh my God, that's the greatest idea I've ever heard. Let us buy it off of you for like enough money for you to never have to work again. And then for millennials, I don't know, maybe winning the lottery. Not laughing at our friend who told us to buy Bitcoin in 2010 because I looked up a tutorial that was like, here's how to do it. And I was like, I'm not doing that shit. Call me when they have it at the damn 7-Eleven. Gen Z, I feel like it's somehow being approached by Mr. Beast on the street. And he's like, I'll give you $1 million to sit on this toilet for a month. Every generation's got their own thing. So true. Mr. Beast paying me $1 billion to just eat a lot of food in one day. Now, in my defense, I mean, in his defense, I should say, it's a lot of food. It's not just like a big day. It would probably be like the most food you've ever had to eat in your life. I got so surprised I blocked it. I used full minutes. The video would pop off though. I think I could... Oh, you got me, kid. I think I could eat 25,000 calories in a single day. I know people are talking about like you could just drink like olive oil. I think drinking olive oil is not necessary. I think it would also suck and you would probably throw up. I could eat a 10-piece chicken nugget plus fries combo from McDonald's once every 72 minutes for a full day. It wouldn't be pleasant, but I would... At least like the first 6 or 7, I think I'd be chilling. You couldn't? I'm telling you, maybe you couldn't. I could. You throw up immediately? I'm not built like Chad's built. I'm just telling you. You're not going to catch me throwing up on the second McDonald's meal. With the drink, no shot. Okay, well, I'd have a Coke Zero instead. I don't want to take in empty calories. You need 26 10-piece combos. At 1 every 72 minutes, I could do it.
Your freedom is not for you, but Carlo.
Now, you better start raising the capital, because my ass is not doing it for 50 gift subs, okay? You said $1 billion. That's a lot of money.
How dare you? You're just
For 500 gift subs? No shit, you don't start at $1 billion, and then we're like, I'll tell you what, you and Twitch can split, you know, a used Honda Civic. We started at $1 billion. I remembered that time I was just slow on it. You can trust me, I wouldn't run away with the money. You know what's messed up? Is that I actually believe the librarian on that one. I don't think any sane person would run away with the money. I don't think, I think librarian would be like a notary public. Like I could trust them to hold the money in like a separate account until the actual bet came to pass. I don't know what happens to the Billy if I don't eat the money, if I don't eat the nuggets though. It gets refunded. I have a ledger. All right. Set it up. All we need is Ken Griffin.
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
I haven't earned a heal yet. Lois? That's Ken Griffey. I'm talking about the Mets owner. Baby, the Mets. I've earned it.
I knew you had gone astray. Trouble.
Love the Mets. Wow, I'm good. Yippee!
Freedom is not for you, but for Carlo.
Ken Griffin is Citadel. Yeah, super stonk user. He also owns the Mets. By all accounts, he's a pretty good owner. He spends like way more than he needs to. It's not his fault the team forgets how to play baseball every year. I don't know how they seem to not do that well. I don't know much about baseball though, to be honest with you. Okay, you got me, kid. That's Steve Cohen. Oh! Oh! That makes sense. the Hallelujah guy. Bandle? We did Bandle right at the start of the stream, man. We did Bandle immediately.
Human. Come to me, my son.
People showing up, you know, second intermission of the Canucks game going, you know, can you guys sing the national anthem again?
Because of Carlo's memories with you.
You gotta be here right at puck drop, which, much like my stream, always happens 15 minutes after the time it says it's gonna start.
I knew you had gone astray. Troublesome little puppet.
+2. It's damn true. I don't like. I'm late. The games always start late. They got a lot of moving parts. I'm not mad at it.
Your freedom is not for you, but for Carlo.
Is anyone ever gonna tell me who Carlo is, by the way? You're Carlo? No, I'm Pinocchio, bro.
But there's no other.
Oh, I thought I was early on that one. Ooh!
How dare you?
Two-piece me? Acid me? You know what I'm realizing as well? Is it possible that acid is not the grindstone for this particular fight? Acid is... Well, acid's good against robots. You're kind of a robot. I think this is the right one. You're just like, you just got strong acid resistance. Oh, huge. You're acid! I got scared. It's a big moment for us as a society. Please. There we go, finally. Now, I know it's tempting to get the Estus, we gotta run away. Come on over, brother. I need a freebie. Run away. Oh! Okay, well, there's progress and there's progress. If we build up an ult, we got him. First time dodging that attack, that's progress. Perfect oatmeal topping. Listen, I'm old. I'm not that old. I have Honey Nut Cheerios for breakfast, okay?
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
That's right. That's why we got guard, regain, retain. +2, good cereal. One of the best cereals. You know what's crazy?
Because of Carlo's memories within you.
This might be a little bit of an insane statement, but I want you to hear me out before you just go question mark, question mark, question mark. Honey Nut Cheerios is actually the most milk efficient cereal I've ever eaten in my life. Probably because there's a big hole in each of the donuts. But you can actually, when you eat like a cereal that's flake based, the milk you pour into the bowl is gone. I'm dead. Never mind. You could, like, let me put it this way. You end up consuming more of the milk when you consume a flake-based cereal because the milk is like little or the cereal is like little cups that brings the milk into your mouth. Because Honey Nut Cheerios are like a ring, they each get soaked with milk, like the lady fingers in a tiramisu, but you aren't actually like consuming that much milk, which to me means that in a pinch, oh, you could pour the milk in the cereal, eat the Honey Nut Cheerios, and then pour the milk back into the carton. I'm not going to do that because I'm sure that they've been touched by the Cheerios, and as a result, they're now like compromised. But I think one carton of milk, if we had like a Great Depression situation, but somehow we were still eating Honey Nut Cheerios, one carton of milk would last you like 10 times longer than it would with any other cereal. My name's Eugenie. I can already tell I'll be your best friend in this godforsaken place.
Now, I'll turn you into a real human.
Like if you pour 250 milliliters of milk into your cereal, if you're eating Honey Nut Cheerios, by the time you eat the last loop, you still have 175 milliliters of milk in the bowl. It's not like that for flakes.
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
He's got a point. I'm happy that there's some like adults here weighing in, okay? Some people who aren't afraid to like speak rationally. Everybody else is like, why would you ever do that? Of course I'm not gonna do it, but it's funny to talk about. You think any of the shit that happened in like a stand-up comedy special you love happened? You think Dave Chappelle was really like in the back of a limo and there was a baby selling drugs on the corner? I know like you have no concept of what the 90s were like, but I promise you that did not come to pass. That was made up for the purposes of entertainment. Pete Holmes never lies. It's true. It's why he's at such a disadvantage in the realm of comedy. I believe that every bit that Pete Holmes says has indeed happened IRL.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
I should probably put the acid on my thing, huh? Me when I'm in my chemistry lab. Nice try. Get away from me. I always knew you were Walter White coded. It's crazy that it's 2023 and we're still getting like posts on Twitter that are like the show would be better without Skyler White. Time really is a flat circle, man. It would though. It would. You don't. She's the drink that gets stirred by the straw, bro. She's the point of reference. She's the foil. She's not really like the foil. She's kind of like the foil domestically. There are people in the show that try to kill Walter White and like his whole family. They're more the foil, in my opinion.
Your freedom is not for you.
That was a good one. She did cheat on Walter White. That's true. But that's, I don't know. I think it's just like, maybe it's a caricature of like really young adult men who are like in their mentally or physically between the ages of like 18 and 22. It's like, yeah, Walter did cook drugs and sell them and endanger like the whole family and lie about it forever and like, you know, yada, yada, yada. But at least he didn't have like an extramarital affair with her boss. Well, the shit was going on, you know, like it's like Walt was forced into a bad position by things that he couldn't control. Skyler, on the other hand, chose to insult the man's ego. You better hit the gym, Walter. Delete Facebook, Walter. Just take the gray matter money? I know, bro. Like, come on. You did the work, bro. Take the money. What is he waffling about? They should have gotten counseling. So true. Walter definitely should have engaged in cognitive behavioral therapy. I guess the show would have been too much like The Sopranos. Oh, come on, brother.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
It's just surprising to me that people are still watching the show and they're like, I mean, I get it, Walt put her in a tough position, but on the other hand, like, shut up. Oh, he scared me again. How old is this guy? Why did so many people just say he's 34 all at once? That's not true. I'm 17. You're capping right now? Oh, you meant like my body's age. My mental age is 17. Yeah, I see. My physical age is 34, but I haven't thought about that in so long because I'm such an ascended being. Explains the sushi bit. Oh, you mean the sushi bit that ended up being 100% fully validated, by the way? Sample size equals 1, but yet somehow it's still statistically significant? Would have been nice to land that one, but... Sample size of 1 equals significant. He really is a biology major. Now that one hurts. I'll have you know, they be making up the results in all sorts of disciplines, not just biology, okay? As the El Guiga. They make that stuff up in economics. They make it up in psychology. Oh, that one would have hit the spot. Sorry? This is the best version of this so far. It's a tough one to block. Even with the stagger, that would have been hard, but you can see a path. We stagger him. That gives us the punish, which gives us an Estus, and then we're back in there. And then all we have to do is flip 2 of Georgia, Virginia, and North Carolina, and all of a sudden, you can see the path to 270.
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
That's why it's important to have peer-reviewed studies so that stuff gets called out. Yeah, but like, listen, maybe I'm capping right now.
I never bound you to the Great Covenant.
But like if I were a scientist and someone like published a study, there's no way I'm peer reviewing that. I got my own stuff to do, right? You really think I'm gonna spend like 2 years trying to prove something you already claim to have proven?
I know you have gone astray.
I gotta get to work on like a new polymer or something, because you just built the pyramids of Giza that I was going for in Civilization 6, and now I gotta like pivot all that work to like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon or something like that. Like you blew up my whole spot. I blocked none of that. That's bad.
No father is to resort to the lash. There's no other way.
Plus, how do they peer review you if you're peerless? That's a great point, chat. You could not peer review my stuff because my mom told me I'm one of a kind.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
Not a good block. I can't believe I'm alive. Run! And then eat this Wemby. Everybody relax. That's gotta sting. Oh, man. What is a Wemby? It's a tall guy. It's a very tall man. One of the tallest men I've ever seen.
Can become a real human.
Why do we eat him? It's not eating in the consumption sense. It's eating in the sense of like how if you bought like a tech-focused ETF at the highs of the pandemic, for the next couple of years, you were eating it. You know what I mean? Any... Is Kathy Wood in the chat? That was not close. Watch the VOD from yesterday. California rolls in Australia are doused with mayonnaise. We're so back. I thought we had solved the California roll discourse. That apparently just in Canada they're covered in mayonnaise. Apparently it's like a British colony sort of thing, maybe. I wish they weren't, for the record. Australia's closer to Japan. Ergo, it's more authentic. Ergo, mayonnaise is the correct way. You know what? I'm going to say that's statistically significant. You know what's crazy is that Australia's like actually really far away from everything except New Zealand. I remember like whenever there's like an Australian game developer or just a person that goes to like PAX, they're always like, yeah, I came here from Australia. And I'm like, holy cow, how long is the trip? And they're like 3 days. Then we went to Tokyo Game Show once, and there were more game developers from Australia there. And I was like, oh, it must be a pretty short trip. They're like, no, the flight's 7 hours. And I'm like... They haven't been the same ever since Continental Drift dropped, man.
I'll make you a real human myself.
Big mistake. The flight is 15 hours to Seattle. That's a long flight. Oh, eat this! I've done it. I don't know if I've done 50. I've had a 14-hour flight, though. Holy cow. I'm still alive. I just watch a movie or something. That's the spirit. That's what it's there for. WestJet could never. Last airline on planet Earth that still doesn't have the seatback entertainment, and it's like, no, it's better this way. We save a lot of money on TVs, and instead, all you have to do is like drain your phone's battery life and download our app with the spotty-ass Wi-Fi that doesn't work 99% of the time, and then like while you're watching the movie, you'll be interrupted every 5 seconds for an announcement that's like, hey, the seatbelt sign is off, you can go piss now. You couldn't just put like a little flat screen in the seat back? It's 2023, bro. Alaskan Airlines would like a word. Listen, motherfucker. Alaska Airlines is basically like a regional carrier. They fly to Alaska, they fly to Seattle. What's the furthest south that Alaskan Airlines goes? It's got to be like maybe Portland. Maybe they go to the maximum flight that Alaska Airlines has is San Diego, whatever. They're doing 3-4 hour flights. Don't even get me started on WestJet, bro. WestJet will be like, eat this 8-hour Wemby. Hey, excuse me, flight attendant. I know there's chargers in the seat, but my phone isn't getting charged on them. Oh yeah, the chargers don't turn on until we reach cruising altitude. The hell? Why are you talking about the Chargers? Well, someone mentioned San Diego, bro.
Freedom is not for you.
Electricity's cheaper at higher altitudes. That makes sense. There's less demand. DL Guiga be like, that makes sense. There's less demand. Yeah, nice try.
But there's no other way.
Alright, I gotta be honest. Kind of kicking my ass here. Use too many Estus against you.
You can't find those
saved.
You into a real human myself.
How about one of these?
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
I rush you. I ult you. We take those. Huge. The Sekiro parries are real. The Sekiro parries are real. Oh! I should really heal instead, but you just needed one more. I stutter stepped it somehow. Bro, do the attack! Thank you! Oh my god. I kept doing like some kind of cancel out of the attack. I don't even know. That would have been nice tech to know. Okay, that's just hard, honestly. That's just hard. We munch those. Munch this, brother. Oh! Don't do it. Don't do it. What the hell? I was beating his ass.
Were you going to destroy Carlo's heart?
Wait, I really am Carlo. We told you? I thought you were memeing on me. His name is Carlo. He's a 10-foot-tall demon with wings like an angel, but also like a demon. He can fuck anything, and he will, and has. I need you to get with him because I forget the rest of the Tim and Eric bit. It looks like an acorn was glued to the bottom of my torso.
Puppet.
Imagine your last word being puppet. Wouldn't be me. Puppet. I died. Just kidding. I'm okay. I didn't want you to get scared. Oh. Wait, Carlo wrote the game? Shout out to Carlo. Oh, man. Great game, Liza P. We beat Liza P. Never mind.
On the Crod experiment.
You certainly took your time, Paracelsus.
This isn't going to be like that scene from the end of the third Kingsman movie, right? Where they're like, I have someone for you to meet, and the dude's like, nice to meet you, my name is Adolf. Adolf Hitler?
It's intriguing and worth further observation.
Noted. And we'll have to get his arm back anyway.
I'm counting on it.
Adolf P.
Expect another report at the next meeting.
He's P! Paracelsus is P!
And when I return, I will find her.
Hey, McWaffles45.
Sure.
Thanks for the
Another
gifted
key of
subscriptions. Thank you.
Dorothy.
Much appreciated. Dorothy the Wizard, they're bringing the Wizard of Oz in Eliza P. Greatest crossover of all time. They really did drop an Avengers-style Wizard of Oz reference at the end of this game, huh? That's so funny. Do you wish to continue? No. Because they're coming out with DLC. I don't go to New Game Plus. I stay here so that I can play the DLC. Hold on to your butt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye. Just in time. All right, Liza P. Fun game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. I think it's my favorite game of the year. Baldur's Gate Andes. Go back to fucking having sex with Astarion. I don't know, you won't shut up about it on Twitter. I've never even like seen the game. Macros, it's not you. The game's amazing. It's so amazing that it ruined the game of the year conversation for people who don't want to play it. Okay? So if anything, apology not accepted. Thanks for fucking me, buddy. /marker, Lies of P.